Welcome back to day number 9 of this 30-day challenge. If you guys are new here, I am posting every day, sharing with you guys just what the day-to-day looks like as a subcontractor in the construction trades. Today, we are back in the wood shop, continuing on those custom cabinets we've been working on for the last couple of days. I do have to apologize. I lost most of my footage from this morning, unfortunately. So we are going to be picking up after lunch with the footage that I do still have. So we have a lot to get done. Let's get started. We want to have an 1/8 of an inch lip above that shelf on the inside. So I'm just going to go ahead and mark an 1/8 here real quick so that way I can measure for a spacer block. So for this spacer block, we want to be a 1/16 shy of 34. So now we'll just set this in here. And what that does is it gives us our perfect spot where to put this rail. We can go ahead and get this one puttied, and then we'll set it off to the side. Hit that spot with the sander. Okay, let me move this one, and we'll start on that next face frame. So this one is just going to be a square, so hopefully it goes a little bit better for us on this one. Need to go this way. So our overall face frame width is 25, which means I need to cut my rails at 21 and we'll say 21 and a quarter baby shy. So that just means I'm not going to go a full 1/16 less, just maybe a 32nd less. Okay. We are ready to assemble this face frame. Okay, let's take this one down to our other table where our face frame we just did is currently at. And then we'll get these sanded and the corners here routed. Okay, so we are going to get these face frames finished sanded. I've got the back side to start. It's not super important to get this one all flat or the seams puttied or anything like that. It's more just to make sure there's no high spots when we go to install it on the cabinet and it's keeping us off of the cabinet in a spot. We do not want that. So go ahead and get this sanded real quick. Like I said, nothing too fancy there on that one. And then real quick, while we still have this on the back side, I will go ahead and put our 16th inch roundover on this edge here. Like I said, that just pretty much breaks the edge. That way it isn't as sharp and we don't want anybody potentially getting a paper cut like deal with that edge. So and then real lightly, I will go ahead and each 4 of these corners, the router bit can't quite get in there. So I'll just use a little piece of sandpaper and just very, very lightly. It's about all it takes right there. If you blink, you miss it. Done. All right, flip it over, do that same thing to the front side. Remember, this is where we puttied all of our seams, so we just want to make sure each of those is nice and smooth, no high spots and no gaps. This is, I should mention, this is our Mirka sander. We have this hooked up to, it's not a HEPA vac, but it at least gets most of the dust out of our way and just keeps it so that way it's not building up right here and blasting us in the face. So I would highly recommend, even if you guys can't get a HEPA, I would recommend this little vacuum that we have, just so that way, like I said, you guys can manage your dust if you aren't already. Nice and smooth. Let's get it routed. There we go. Now we'll go set this one with the cabinet it goes with, and we'll grab our other face frame, get that one ready before we get these completely installed. All right, we are ready to go ahead and get some face frames installed on our cabinet boxes. This one, however, we are not going to be installing here. We will install this one on site after we set the cabinet box. The reason for that is this one is actually going to be in a gap in the wall. So we want this to actually cover the outside of the wall and basically cap it in a way. So that way that is the finished edge, is the cabinet face. So I will just pretty much set this one with its box, and that one is done for now. So I just went ahead and cut 2 spacer blocks. We are going to be using these on the side of the cabinet, and that just helps make sure that that face frame is square and plumb all the way around. As I drop that one. So this edge, we're just going to go perfectly flush. Get a Craig jig screw ready. One done. Okay, so we probably have like 7 minutes left in the day. So let's see how much of this cabinet box we can get assembled, I guess. Okay, we are pretty much out of time, but we only have one more side to put on this cabinet. So I'm kind of on the fence of trying to finish it up today. That way we have one less cabinet tomorrow. Let me know down in the comments what you guys would do if you guys were in my situation. Would you stay a couple extra minutes to get this finished up? Or would you just wait until tomorrow to get it done? So I'm just gonna go ahead and get this side put on. That way this one is done though. Alrighty. Just a little guy, it'll go up above in the master closet. It'll be one of the upper cabinets. But that is going to be pretty much it for today. Thank you guys for watching and following along. And if you guys are enjoying this content, be sure to let me know down in the comments below and smash that like button. I will catch you guys in the next one.